B Part A, miscellaneous tips on applied math and physics. You see, this is just a review, okay? But then I insert some interesting concepts, you see? So, lecture 8, the map in extrinsic geometry is different from intrinsic geometry. So, in this case, the map is not abstract. That's important. Recall that the basis vector, AI, A sub I, partial R is the position vector with respect to the curvilinear coordinates Ci. You see, let's put an equal here, equal, okay? So, R is the position vector, and Ci, this R, or is, Ci is the curvilinear coordinates. I is equal 1, 2, 3, okay? So, the R3 is space. This is, in this case, is Cartesian space over here. So let I, okay, this is upper indices. AI is by definition AJ. There's a cross product AK divided by the mixed product AI dot AJ cross AK. Dot here means the dot product. Okay. So this partial derivative over here, they belong to the dual vector space. Attention here, okay? AI belongs to the vector space, and this vector AI belongs to the dual vector space. Using properties of the vector calculus, AI dot AM, okay? I just take the dot product on both sides over here. So this here leads to the delta IM. You see, when M is identical to I, you see this relation will be 1. If M is different from I, this will be, this I can represent this as a determinant, okay? When, in this case, when M is different from I have a repeated, this case, the repeated rows on the determinant, which leads to 0. So that behaves as a chronic delta. Okay. Now there's a figure here which is important. You see, Xc1, Xc2, Xc3, the black one, they are curvilinear coordinates, and Xc1, the purple one, Xc2 and Xc3 is a curvilinear coordinate but belongs to its dual. Okay. This Xc1, Xc2, and Xc3, the black belongs to the vector space, and the purple one belongs to the dual. So these are the definition of the basis vectors, okay? The green one belongs to the dual, okay? Attention now, the green one are contravariant because the index is upper index. The red one belongs to the vector space, which is covariant. Why covariant? Because the index is lower indices, okay? So there's a position vector. This I already derived in part 1, 2, 3. You see, we are now in part 8. So just to go there and review it. Observe that AI, the red and the green one, are not abstract. That's important. Neither orthonormal, okay? They are not orthonormal, see? Normal and neither unit, okay? So, just to review, intrinsic geometry, you see this basis vector belongs to the vector space. These are basis vector belong to the dual vector space. In this case, attention now, they are abstract, okay? Where the map leads to the chronic delta, which is a scalar. You see, look the tensor product symbol over here, okay, or alter product. And the metrics are defined as this, okay, analogous to this one. You see, it's analogous to this one on the extrinsic geometry. So then I use here a map just for you to see, okay, the map dxi, which belongs to the first slot, see, there's a tensor product Vj partial xj. Okay, remember that xj over here, partial xj, j is in the denominator, okay, which corresponds in this case, okay, in the lower index, okay, on the denominator is upper, okay, but it corresponds to the lower, okay, that's why it match, okay, upper and lower indices. So this is a scalar. This is the first slot. You see, the first slot, by definition, we set here the covector, okay, so the basis. And by definition, that is delta ij in this case. The vector v is vj partial xj, okay. Vj partial xj belongs to the vector space. Dxi is the covector. This covector, the covector belongs to the dual. Now I apply, and then I get the components of vector v, okay, which is a scalar. Just for you to see a property, okay, of the intrinsic geometry, which the bases are not. It is abstract, okay. In extrinsic geometry, the basis vector are not abstract, okay. We can calculate it here. And this here is by definition, okay? So that's it.